Live. Hi, Thursday night, us, blah, blah, blah. You know how this goes. Ultimate Guide to Spooky Empires Weekend. We are here with, let's see, who's that? That's Rob. Rob's with us.
And I'm drinking rumchata tonight.
Uh-oh. No NyQuil?
No, no NyQuil this week. Just good old-fashioned rumchata. Drink it in my coffee. You know, it goes well with just about anything. Rumchata goes well in hot chocolate. Drink it straight over ice. It's a delicious treat. The whole family loves it. Give it to your kids. Pour it over their Lucky Charms. They'll behave all day long. Rumchata.
Goes great with clinical depression.
Yeah. And we got Robbie with us. Hi, Robbie.
Hey.
So have we tied you to the chair yet?
Always. I have a seatbelt on it now.
And we've got John, who we haven't seen in a while.
Hi-oh.
I love that hat you have, by
Thank
the way.
you.
That's adorable.
Too big for my camera. There we go. I'll just do it like this.
Pazuzu. I love it. Oh. Okay, first let's just get the disclaimer out of the way. Let's see. The hosts of Ultimate Guide to Spooky Empire's Ultimate Horror Weekend are not official Spooky Empire staff, nor are they employed or compensated in any way by those at Spooky Empire. The information given on this webcast is based on the experiences by longtime attendees and fans, and the opinions expressed by those on this webcast are not necessarily representative of those at Spooky Empire. Please hold us, and not them, responsible for anything said on this broadcast. This webcast uses vulgarity, discusses adult topics, and may indulge in sexual innuendos. If you are easily offended, please turn off your screen now and go watch Nickelodeon, which does not have cock. We are not a fan of... What?
They just got in trouble for the penis picture on Maya the Bee on Nickelodeon. So you're wrong.
Oh, yeah, didn't they? I saw that picture. Nickelodeon now with 100% more cock.
Yep.
Okay, I'll rewrite that line in the disclaimer then. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Where's it? I'm looking for cock here. Okay, let's see. We are...
Aren't we all?
We are not a family-friendly webcast. Put your children to bed, as we are not responsible for whatever you may see or hear and may be offended by. By continuing to watch, you agree that you understand the above terms and that you will not get your panties in a bunch, which is going to happen anyway, let's just face it. For any and all official information, complete with air quotes, please be sure to check spookyempire.com and Spooky Empire on any of their respective social media. That's important. So, yeah, just so we say all the stuff Spooky can't. So if you get pissed at us, there you go. All right, let's see. The first thing we wanted to get into tonight was the Spooky Days recap. Let me hand this over to Miss Robbie there.
Yes, Spooky Days in the park. I feel it was definitely a successful event. I mean, I don't know. I think I did hear some people complaining, of course, as usual, just because people are people. But I feel it's a first-time event. It's first year they've done it. You know, kind of treading some new water, trying to try out some new things. I really enjoyed myself. I like that there were some different vendors that we typically don't see at Spooky Empire, the normal one during the year, which was pretty cool. And I unfortunately was not able to attend the gala, but I've seen pictures and video, and holy shit, you guys! Wow, like, out of this world.
Yeah, what I liked about it is that it seemed, it was a first year event, but it was a pretty intimate affair, you know? Yeah. So you actually had time, it wasn't crowded, so you could actually hang out with everybody and talk to the vendors, and that was the cool part that I liked about it.
Yeah, totally. And then,
Rob, what'd you think?
It was good. You know, I liked it. It was definitely a lot smaller, a little smaller than I think I even expected. But the dealers that they had were cool. They had a really cool. This person was making their own customized Pokemon zombie cards and just effed up Pokemon pictures. And yeah, see right there the.
Through me. That's me right there. Poke zombies. Yeah, John, you can make that face all you want. You that's great now.
Yeah, but that dealer in particular was kind of cool, and you know, Mike's son picked up a couple cards that he'll now try to use when he plays the Pokemon card games with his friends, and then they'll yell at him because they're not official cards, and they'll all be little bitches, and they're 11. It's just the territory. But it was cool. At the end of the day, hanging out at Disney World with a bunch of my friends from Spooky was just cool. That was a good time.
Yeah, agreed. Definitely the meetup at the park was freaking awesome. I typically don't visit Disney. I haven't been in years, like literally like 6 years. And I had a really good time. It was cool to see everybody dressing up. I didn't make it to the meetup for the photo op in front of the castle, but I saw you guys were there, and everybody looks so freaking cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really liked about the whole thing is before I wasn't into the whole Disney bounding thing, but once I actually saw people doing it, it was actually really great, the ideas people were coming up with, especially some of the Disney villains, some of the takes that people had on it. It was actually really, really cool. I was actually really, all day long, I was like, oh, that's a really cool outfit. That's a really cool outfit. I was seeing that all day. That was really wild.
Yeah, and it's also cool to see that like you recognize people that are in your group, even if you don't know them, like you see them from a mile away and you're like, hey, those are definitely spooky people. And then you just, struck up a conversation with a few people I've never met before, and like they're totally there for the same event. So that was really cool.
Okay, well, the chat room is abuzz already. We're getting people saying that the desserts and the drinks from the gala were absolutely top notch. So I mean, there was like open bar, and they had like a whole day with all sorts of drinks and everything. So apparently they were all really, really good and really creative.
They were doing like nitrous popcorn or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, they had like some scientist, I guess, or something, bartender or another making. I'm not sure if it was popcorn. But I saw a video of somebody definitely eating something that was like nitrous. It's all like smoky and stuff. So that was really cool.
Was it the nitrous cheese balls?
Possibly. I wasn't there, so I saw. I forget who posted it.
Yeah. And I also saw that they had, what was it, the candy apples. Apparently they gave out candy apples at the end, like the poison apples, which I was disappointed about. I'm glad it went off, and I hope it returns for another year, because that'll be...
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say possibly people that weren't able to attend the gala, that see the pictures like me, and like, holy shit, like, if they do that again next year, I definitely want to make sure that I'm there. Because I got to meet Oogie Boogie. That was just amazing.
Not so close to not so close to the main convention.
Right. Definitely. But then you think about it, if it's any further back, it's too hot. I feel it's just so fucking hot.
Do it in February.
Yeah, the winter time would be awesome. Definitely. Yeah.
That would be nice. Doing it in the winter, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
And John, you Bad Moon FX is doing a giveaway, I hear. What's up with that?
Oh yes, we're giving away something. The hurricane kind of fucked it up, which is wonderful, as hurricanes do. So, do we have one of those handy? Eric will go get it, but he's doing it very slowly. He hasn't moved the couch yet. So, we are giving away one of our Bahomet masks, which Demmie can go fuck herself about. I
wanted the only one.
Well, then you should have paid a lot more for it. That's kind of how it works. So if you haven't seen them, they are massive masks that light up with horns and hair and ears, and they are wonderful.
They are fucking amazing.
Thank you.
I would love to see like different takes on it, like maybe give somebody a blank one, and like, how they did those Frankenstein busts?
Oh my God, yes.
Right? And do like every artist has their own,
I would kill.
That would be
Eric
awesome.
won't make me enough blank ones to paint because he knows all I want to do is cover them in glitter and shit. So,
glitter one.
Oh, God, I love it.
how do I turn this thing on? I can never remember. Switch. Is there a switch?
Well,
Oh, no, the
first
battery's
say
dead.
soft some things to it. Play a little Barry Manilow.
I was going to say, isn't it between the balls and the...
So you go onto our page, Bad Moon FX. Oh, there was a switch. I'm fucking moronic. There we go. So go onto our page on Facebook, Bad Moon FX, or badmoonfx.com, and find our Facebook page. Either way, you have to go to Facebook. And we have a little instructions on how to win. Because of the hurricane, I will probably end up extending our deadline. Originally, it was October 1st, but the first 2 weeks of our giveaway were fucked over by Irma. Is that who came through?
Yeah.
Thank you. But anywho, we're doing that. So go do it. Look at it, share it, like it, buy stuff if you want it. I don't give a fuck. Actually, I do. Please.
Yes, give John money. John likes money.
I do like money.
And aren't you doing like a panel or something at Spooky? What's going on with that?
Oh shit, we are. So we are doing a panel on foam building. I think JD got the wording right the second time around, because I think the original wording was like building foam with John and Eric while we build foam with John. It was very strange. So we are going to do foam building. It's a free class, mostly because we don't want to make enough stuff for everyone to have to go home with something, since foam building is a pretty intense process for a 1 hour class. So we are going to be showing how we make giant foam things like
Ha!
Yay! Oh, I love it.
Not enough glitter.
No, I know it needs more glitter. So
man.
we're going to be making a bunch of foam things to teach everybody how to cut and size foam, glue it, paint it, prep it, to build all of the kinds of insane shit that we do out of foam, like our giant, can you see him, the giant Tin Man?
Yes.
Yay! Oh look, and our guitar. And our other guitar. So many guitars.
Because he wins everything.
I don't win everything. I didn't win your heart.
Half a heart right now.
Well, that's fine. So yeah, we're doing that. I think it's on, I really should know what we're doing. I think it's on Saturday.
Saturday at noon, if I'm not mistaken.
What?
Saturday at noon, if I read the last schedule right.
Thank you. Something like that. So it's an earlier panel on Saturday, but yes, come visit. We will do stuff.
And you could see John in his cute little hat and see how precious he looks.
Yes, accurate.
Look, he's precious. Even though we're both dying, he's still precious.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you don't, if you don't go then, if you don't know about the Camp Blood celebration, obviously Friday the 13th at Gods and Monsters. A number of us were going to be there. I don't know if John will be there, but a number of us will be there. We got a ton of stuff going on. Best Pajamas contest. We'll be posting more about that on the page in the next few days. We'll be hanging out in our pajamas. Yeah. The best pajamas.
I'm in your pajamas.
Yeah. And we've got tons of prizes from Horror and Sons, and keep an eye on Horror and Sons. Their Halloween's blog series starts this week, which I am part of. But as Rob as well. Rob, I think you did something for Horror and Sons, didn't you?
Yeah, they got something for me. Actually just submitted my article. I'm not going to say what it's about, though, because it's special.
Just like you.
Damn straight.
But part of the prize package, we'll decide the best pajamas. We have stuff like Tracy Lord's autograph. We've got, we've got posters from like, if you know you're an Eli Roth fan.
Yay, green and brown.
Let's see. Ooh. Like we've got Wes Craven that we'll include. We've got all sorts of stuff over here. If you are a DC fan, we've got exclusive prints signed by Ethan Shiver. So we've got all sorts of stuff. We got a ton of stuff over here. We're going to be doing giveaways all day. We've got stuff from Horror and Sons. We've got stuff from Morbid Movies. Not only will we be doing the giveaways, we'll be doing coloring, as you know. We've got some great coloring pages, so we'll be sitting and coloring in our pajamas. We'll be doing a live broadcast, as you know. And if you saw the last webcast, Rob talked about Sideshow Sauces, the hot sauces, and To see that face.
What?
Saucy.
Oh.
John doesn't like that face.
No, that face was weird.
Well, that's
My
the
normal
face he
face.
makes when he tries hot sauces. So yeah, we're going to be trying the hot sauces live on the broadcast. There's all sorts of stuff going to be going on. So make sure you come out Friday the 13th. Check the website. Okay. But
Sorry. Eric is bringing me things. I'm sorry.
well, that's what he's supposed to do, isn't he? Okay,
Oh,
we're going
we
to
should,
need
like,
some of those.
For that, monsters.
We're going to need those for Gods and Monsters, just saying.
Yeah, you guys can color my ass. Isn't it pretty?
That's so cute.
And there's going to be kids of all ages there. They'd love to color that with a box of crayons.
Yeah. As long as people don't keep drawing shit again. It was an
Yes.
aggressive amount of people drawing shit on me.
And blood. Don't forget
And
the blood. There was a lot of that.
There
Yeah.
was. Okay, but yes, Friday the 13th, come out, color John's ass. You know, we'll be doing a spooky meet as well. So if you're a spooky Empire, we've got buttons for you. We've got some cards over there. We've got some cool stuff to give away. So make sure you come out on 13X Studios page. They've got tons of stuff going on, tons of contests, a lot of stuff being given away. So keep up with it. Guest announcements. We have had a ton of guest announcements, huge ones.
We have had a metric ass load of guest announcements in like the past 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
How does it
I
face?
know.
I mean, it's a bootylicious amount of guest announcements. And let's go with the first one, the one they announced at during Spooky Days last week. Anthony Michael Hall is returning. He's always a favorite. And this time he's bringing a close personal friend with him, a little lady you might know as Molly Ringwald. Woo! Yay! Yay! Brat Packer! Woo! I'm very excited. Very.
Yeah, that's an awesome announcement.
No, this is, and if I'm not mistaken, this might be her very first convention that she's ever done.
Yeah, apparently she turns them down all the time.
Yeah, she'll do like, signings, just, individual for like, when she does speaking engagements and when she shows movies and things like that. But as far as cons, she's never done something like this before. So this is a big shot. Anyone who's ever wanted to get Molly Ringwald, now's your chance, because I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing for her or not. From what we were told, Anthony Michael Hall was like, this is a great time, you gotta come. So she will be there. Don't know a whole lot of details about her as far as, what she'll be doing. Will she be doing a panel? Maybe, maybe not. Will she be doing regular signings, just photo ops? So we're still waiting on that. But we have found out that she's doing a deal with a company called Official Pics shortly after Spooky, where she's going to be just doing autographs. People can send in stuff, and she'll do signings. For that, she's charging anywhere from $80 to $110 per signing. So, if we're going to lowball it, probably around, 70 to 80 for an autograph. We're going to hope there's going to be a photo op with her and Anthony Michael Hall. I mean, that's 16 freaking candles right there. Here's your chance to stand next to them and pretend you're Jake Ryan. Maybe she'll say, "Oh, you're Jake." Probably not, but it could happen. So, yeah, she's an awesome guest. And the Anthony Michael Hall, again, he's always been a blast. Fun fact,
favorite.
yeah, his first year when he was at Spooky, when we were at we were still at the Wyndham, I think. I stole his salt and pepper shakers. Turned out his room was actually very close to mine in the hall. So down at the end, he had his room service there after he put the tray back out, and there was a salt and pepper shaker, so I took it.
On purpose?
Of course.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Accident. I said,
See, now,
Anthony
here's
Michael
the
Hall
question.
used that for his eggs. I have to have
Here's the question. Are you going to assault him?
I hate you. I'm leaving.
We stopped talking about John. Damn it! We gotta steer the conversation back to him.
Ha! Accurate. I lost interest for a minute.
Okay, so
Anyway.
I mean, we have our guest announcements.
There's one other he's another returning guest that we've had a couple times. Glenn Hattricks from Face Off. One of the judges. He's does amazing work. We all know him. Again, he's always been a pretty cool guy. A lot of people have good stories with him from when he was here the first couple times. So
Yeah.
Again, he's a spooky vet. We like him, and go say hello to him again. Get an autograph.
I hope to see him in the costume contest, judging the costume contest again. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, he has done that. It's
Agreed.
always interesting when he's a judge because he's a makeup guy, he's a special effects guy. He's not necessarily a costume guy though, so it always steers the winners and who places in a little bit different direction. So he always kind of makes it a little bit more of a wild card, and there's always a few more surprising choices when he's involved in the costume contest. So not a bad thing, just again something's a little different. That's all. But I think there's a few more guests who've been announced. Robbie, I think there's one who holds a special place in your heart, or a couple rather.
Yes.
I see the smile.
Yay! Well, I mean, between yesterday and today, they've just blown it out of the water with these announcements. Yesterday, literally, when somebody had tagged me in the message and the post that Spooky did originally, and I was at work and I could barely contain myself. Seriously, you guys, seriously. Both Ben Frasum from What We Do in the Shadows and Jonathan as well. Oh my God, you guys, seriously, so excited. I know I've heard from people that have already met them that they're amazing guests to have. Super friendly. They go into character. Apparently, they're going to be doing a photo op in makeup, which is amazing. And I've heard that before they've done a panel in makeup and in character as well. And it's freaking hilarious. Wow. So I am just I'm going to just plan to do all of the What We Do in the Shadow things that weekend for sure. So excited.
That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
because we introduced our son to What We Do in the Shadows last night, and we've been quoting it for months and months and months. It's just, do you like biscotti? Just.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, we see it. I mean, we watch it at least maybe 2 times a month, 3 times a month, just because we love it so much. It's one of those familiar things that when I'm kind of cooking and kind of want something in the background, I'll play it. And, we know all the lines, and it's just, holy shit, to see these guys in person. I've never, I've been excited for other guests, but for this is just out of this world for me. So excited.
Do we know how much they're charging yet by chance?
No, we don't know how much they're charging yet. But from looking at the Mad Monster price list, it was around $30 for a photo op, but I'm not sure if that includes the makeup. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, usually a little premium with the makeup picks, but these guys, from what I've seen, they don't gouge the fans at all. Their prices are always really
they are fan friendly. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, God bless them from being from New Zealand. Apparently, people there are just better.
Yeah.
So
totally.
And just to piggyback on that for a second, Anthony Michael Hall, this is a guy, and someone said in the chat room, this is someone that likes to party after hours. So he's the guy that every time he's been to Spooky, you'll see him out at the bar just chilling out, hanging out with everybody. It's not uncommon. Everybody's got an Anthony Michael Hall story, that's why you go.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't put it past these guys that they're partiers as well, because I've been in conversations with Ben, and he plays Peter in the movie, and we've been chatting for a while already, because I've been trying to get him to connect with Spooky somehow, and my dreams came true. But he's so down to earth and just a chatty dude, and I'm pretty certain he's gonna want to hang out with us, the attendees.
Us, so that's not really you, cool. Us.
Yeah. No, us, yeah.
That's right, not us. You. You're not cool enough. But the Molly Ringwald, as far as photo ops and everything, I'm sure there's going to be the 16 candles and whatnot and all that, but it's going to be one of the guests that doesn't have selfies at her table, professional op only. So she might be someone that they might have behind the curtain or whatever. There's always one every show, and I think like Ace Frehley was it one year, and there's been a couple, but I think she's going to be the one that just doesn't have selfies at the table. So just be prepared.
She's new to the team, so who knows what she's going to do? You know, they may end up trying to overprotect her a little bit. You know, just because she's not familiar with how these things work. But you know, we'll see.
My point.
Yeah, but Michael is, so maybe he can, you know, I don't know, be like a mediator or something. Like if they're friends, you know?
Yeah, could be.
He can throw the ropes. That's true. That's true.
Who was the today's big announcement?
Deborah from Dexter.
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
I love her.
Yeah.
I never saw Dexter, but I loved her in Quarantine.
Yeah, Quarantine. Oh my God,
Exorcism of Emily
Rose. Jeez, that movie, like, still to this day at night, I can't even look at my clock. If I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel like it might be 3 o'clock in the morning, I will not look at my phone. It's crazy. Totally freaked out.
Fun fact, I was looking at her credits. There's a video game I loved called The Evil Within. Turned out she was one of the voice actors for that.
Oh, awesome.
So I learned something new about that. So go for it.
I like that game. It's all scary.
It's a good game.
Jennifer
When I first played that, I played a horror game for years. So when I got into it, I was freaking out over every goddamn thing.
Okay. Do we know how much Jennifer Carpenter costs, by the way?
I couldn't find anything on her, but I'm thinking 50 to 60.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be about right. And I heard somebody mention today, I mean, this is completely not even a rumor or anything, but what if they actually announced Michael Hall to come? Because that would be freaking crazy. I mean, I know they were married before, so I don't know if that, might kind of deter him.
That bothers me. I never knew that they were married. They played brother and sister and got married. That's messed up.
Well, they're actually married, I want to say, like the first, second, and third season of the show, and then they got divorced, and they still kept on. There's like another 4 seasons after that, so.
I need to meet him when he arrives. We need to make this happen.
I love him. Oh my gosh. From 6 Feet Under.
Dexter would be cool.
Well, he has a connection to David Bowie, and I must have it.
I love how he does this because the plotting.
I was.
Okay. All right. As just to go over prices again for everybody. Let's see. From what we know, according to Horror and Sons, and thank you, Horror and Sons. According to past cons, Jennifer charges about $50. Let's see. The guys from What We Do in the Shadows.
Are you just pulling shit out of your ass?
Yes. Horror and Sons. They give us this information. This is why we do this.
Where are they communicating with you?
No, it's in the notes.
Oh, it's in the notes that I didn't read. That's right. My bad.
Okay. Anyway, so
I'll sign
Jennifer
out.
charges.
Bye.
What We Do in the Shadows. When they're out of costume, let's see. They're 30 and 20 respectively at their table. I mean, obviously the costume photo ops are going to be something else. Let's see. And just to remind you, we'll probably put a little graphic together to give you an idea of how much everyone else is going to be. John Cusack is like 70 to 80. Joan was about 50. Anthony Michael Hall was about 50 as well, I think.
Oh, she was such a darling.
Yeah.
Keep her in like a little bag and carry her places.
Yeah, she just looks like she's just going to say, "Good morning, sweetheart." Like, just, that's what her face just says. And it's so cute.
And then she'll fuck you with a dildo.
We don't talk about the dildo.
No.
Only a con.
No,
we
don't.
talked about it before, right?
We're not talking about dildos, Rob. Sorry. You can talk about that with John after the webcast.
How about we talk about marital aids instead? If we say marital aids, is that better?
Marital aids. Wow. Oh yeah, let's see. Glenn Hetrick. I believe he was about 25, 30, I think, last time. And then, of course, we got the Lost Boys, and I think those guys are about 25 to 30 as well. Also, we wanted to give a shout-out to Basil Gogos, who just recently passed away. Actually, we got the news right after our webcast last time, when we announced him as a guest, and we found out right afterwards that he passed away. So it's like, oops.
Timing, folks. It's important.
Yeah, little oops. And it was funny because I said something like, oh, you know, I guess you should get his autograph now because he's getting kind of old. And sorry.
Demmie murders people with her mind.
Mind bullets.
I think I might have killed Margaret Thatcher once.
Once? Why only once?
That one time she died.
One time she died. Okay.
Hashtag I killed Margaret Thatcher.
With my mind. I gave her
with your mind. Oh my God. All right. Here's something that John can talk about since John likes being catty. There are people that are on the spooky page because we go and we look at like the visitor posts and stuff, and there's a lot of people that, for example, when Molly Ringwald was announced, everyone's like, she's not horror. Why don't you put some horror guests? You know, they do stuff like that. And come on, people. John, you got something to say about that?
Actually, I do. So you're right. She's not horror. Molly Ringwald. Well, I mean, except Gem and the Holograms. That was terrible.
The stand. She had the stand.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. She's not horror. And a lot of the guests that we're getting this year so far, not a lot, but a collection of guests we're getting have nothing to do with horror. The Spooky's one of 5 million conventions in Florida this time of year. And it's getting more and more difficult to make your mark. And unfortunately, as much as I love the idea of an all-horror convention, I've seen Robert Englund. I have 4 or 5 of his autographs, along with every other major horror icon that we get. You're going to run out of horror people to bring. And Spooky's going to go under if they don't start bringing in other types of guests. So fuck it, bring in some 80s stars. God damn, give me Molly Ringwald. And if you're really not thrilled that Spooky is bringing in 80s guests, then go fuck yourself.
Go!
No, they're still going to go. And that's what's funny is these people bitch and complain and cry and they still end up going. And they don't do anything. So I don't know. I'm excited. I love me some Molly Ringwald. Ooh, I want to do Molly with Molly. Eric!
Oh, God.
He said okay.
By the way, just if anyone needs a topic of conversation for Molly Ringwald and you don't want to say the same questions about, you know, every other movie she's been in, apparently she's in the middle of writing an autobiography right now. So, you know, you can ask how it's coming. You can ask, will she spill the dirt on John Hughes, perhaps?
Ooh.
You know what I really want out of her? Is I want Molly Ringwald to star in a biopic of Tiffany. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's not going to work. Bella Thorne, maybe.
How about you eat a bag of dicks, Rob?
I only have one, and I'm saving it for a very special occasion.
Aw, it's for me on Spooky, my pet.
No. Bad touch. Bad touch.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah. So those of you that are bitching that Spooky doesn't have horror guests, you know what? They've brought in wrestlers, God knows how many times. You know, I mean, Ric Flair goes nuts about Ric Flair, but he's not horror. He's not horror. You know, a lot of the rock and roll icons that they've had there. They've had Lita Ford. Lita Ford hasn't been in a horror movie. I didn't hear you guys bitching about that.
Yeah, really? But they are bringing some horror guests. I mean, you know, John Cusack and Jennifer Carpenter's been in horror. So has the pretty girl. What's her name? The one in 13 Ghosts. And, you know, we have a nice...
Elizabeth. Oh, I have such a dirty crush on her, and I don't know why.
Hot. Yeah.
I know, right? Oh.
Totally hot.
Yeah,
she's
we're
spoken
gonna
in Eastern Europe
Shannon
since
Elizabeth
the
alone.
first time we all
Shannon
heard her,
Elizabeth.
so that does it.
So, you know, they're giving us a little bit of everything, and people just need to shut the fuck up and just go and have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Shut the fuck up.
Is that what we're going to call this tonight's episode?
That's right. Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up! My family's sick!
My wife is
sick! It's a Jerky Boys reference. If you weren't listening to stuff in the early 90s, you don't understand it. It's okay.
Of awesome guests, I think Rob dug up something interesting on Richard Dreyfuss, actually. That's kind of pertinent.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. People keep talking about what about Bob references. You know, we've talked about, you know, saying I'm sailing and get pushed on a cart.
I want to
hey, love What About Bob. Apparently, we found someone who does not love What About Bob, Richard Dreyfuss. Yeah, that's interesting. Apparently, it's a real sore spot for him because he's actually, I don't know if he's suing Disney, but he is doing some litigation with Disney. He believes they owe him a lot of money for the film, and he's trying to force them to, you know, break open some accounting records, and they say, okay, we'll show them to you, but it'll take us 3 years to do it. So he's not real pleased with that scenario, and he's very unhappy about What About Bob. So for everyone who wanted to go up to him and talk about how much they love What About Bob and
Leo Marvin.
Yeah, you might want to find another movie of his that you liked. You know, you might want to talk about American Graffiti. You might want to talk about Jaws. You might want to talk about anything else other than What About Bob. He probably doesn't want to talk about What About Bob, unless you want to just hear him say awful shit about What About Bob.
Yeah, and you're going to be that fan that just makes him grumpy.
He'll only tell you the good things, and he'll tell you about Bill Murray, who is just a mensch. But you know what? I've got my rep as a 65-year-old Jewish man. I got to stick with it. So there you go.
Yeah, but I mean, so that's a good point. Don't make Richard Dreyfuss mad. Please don't make him mad, because we don't want grumpy Richard Dreyfuss.
And he'll cut you.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, Rob, now that we're talking to you, you're doing it spooky as well. That's kind of special, isn't it?
Crystal meth.
Yes.
Doing crystal meth in the hotel room. You know, there's an available bathtub, and if an explosion happens, those bathrooms are very fireproof, so it's a great spot to do it. After that, with the help of the rest of the crew here who's going to be around, it looks like we're going to be doing a Saturday morning cartoon panel with a horror, spooky, Halloween kind of angle to it.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so we're already picking out a few things to show. It'll just be, you know, showing a lot of stuff off, the intros, theme songs. We got a lot of things, and we're already putting it all together. We're just kind of waiting on how long of a panel they want to give us. Previous years, I did it. They gave me a 2-hour block to fill. Don't know if they're going to do that again. I'll just keep it at 1 hour this time. But there's a whole lot more people who I'm going to be throwing the ball to. So you'll all, you know, if you guys are available, I'll be forcing you to talk about Skeletal Warriors and the Garfield Halloween special.
I love Skeleton Warriors. Oh my God, let's just watch that and stop talking. Let's just do that now.
Okay, there we go. Everyone, thanks for watching. We're going to go on YouTube and watch Skeletal Warriors. The most metal theme song any cartoon from the 90s had. So, you know, there's your fun fact.
Now, like if Rob, where can they find you on Facebook, by the way?
Oh, if you want more cartoons, if you want to just see crap about cartoons, like for instance, earlier today we spotlighted the never aired Garbage Pail Kids cartoon that was supposed to air on CBS, and they pulled the plug on it because parental rights groups got really scared because, you know, Garbage Pail Kids were the biggest threat to children in the 80s. But if you look for the Saturday Morning Vault on Facebook, you'll see my new little page. And a few people, you know, are throwing in nice comments and likes, and we've already started a couple conversations in there. So join us.
Put the link down below. And also, we're going to be asking on Facebook, like, we want some suggestions for what you want to see during this panel. Since a bunch of us are going to be there, we'll be talking about trivia and some of the lesser known facts about some of the Halloween horror, you know, morning cartoon gems. So make sure you comment on the page. Let us know what you want to see. We are taking suggestions, so because we want to show what you guys want to see.
So what I was gonna say is that if you don't throw suggestions, it's just gonna be lots of groovy ghoulies one after another. And
hey, with this,
Petey loves the groovy ghoulies too, but other people not so much. So you know, groovy ghoulies and skeletal warriors. That's the plan as of this very second.
My vote is you have like 12 people hosting this, and every single person comes dressed as Elvira.
well, only if you dress as Elvira too, John.
Oh, I totally would. If there was like 12 of us, I say we do it.
That'd be hot.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to sleep in
if
it for a minute, so whatever.
Yeah. I'm in if you're in.
This might be problematic. Eric, I need an Elvira wig.
I mean, we've all seen my legs. I've got dancer legs, so I could do Elvira, you know, at least waist down pretty easily.
He's got some great legs. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Thursday night also, and I will throw this one to Robbie, we do have a ghost hunt. The ghost hunt.
Yes.
We're doing Thursday night at Spooky.
Yes, we tried doing it the last time we were at the Hyatt because I guess apparently there have been some deaths that are known to have happened on the property. So we definitely want to make a, you know, walk around the hotel, you know, maybe get some EMF readers out and see, you know, make sure you bring your salt and all that, and we'll see if we can find some ghouls. I think that'll be fun.
And bring a cocktail or two, because it's gonna probably turn into a drinking game after 5 minutes. So
you took it from me. Yes, I was gonna say we can always, you know, take a shot every time the EMF goes above a certain, you know, number or something like that. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm totally gonna interview the mundanes to see if they've actually seen some activity. So.
Yeah, maybe some of the hotel people too, because you know, people that are there all the time are usually the ones that might see some activity. So.
Okay. All right, and the last thing that we did want to talk about, oh, and make sure the Facebook page, all the events and everything we're talking about, we'll put links below. They're on the Facebook page, so keep up because we move kind of fast. But the last thing we want to talk about is, because we know a lot of people, they find the Hyatt kind of intimidating, and I don't blame them because the place is much larger than the DoubleTree, larger than the Wyndham, larger than other, you know, a lot of these small conventions. It's really easy to end up with anxiety attacks. Those of us that are convention regulars, it's happened. We've had panic attacks, and the Hyatt, it's where the convention center is as opposed to where your rooms are. You can't just like duck back in your room. It's a bit of a trek. So there's a number of ways that a number of us have dealt with, like, you know, anxiety and stuff. I mean, like John, how do you deal with it?
Oh, I get tons of anxiety, and the best way to deal with it is to start by lighting a series of small fires and then leave.
There you go.
Let me write that shit down.
Fires.
No, I just thought I'd have a cigarette, like a normal functioning addicted adult.
Just go outside?
Yeah, go outside, have a cigarette, you'll be fine. Hey, I need an Elvira wig. Yeah.
Robbie, what about you?
Well, honestly, because the Hyatt is so big, I don't really feel like that there. I feel comfortable. There's enough space for me. If I don't want to be next to someone, I can definitely walk away, walk down a hallway, sit down on a couch, you know, use one of the many bathrooms that are there. you know, go outside for a walk. You know, it's big enough that I mean, personally, I get anxiety when there's too many people. So MegaCon, I can't do that. I can't handle that. It's just way too many people. So I like the Hyatt. So it's being big and vast is actually good for me.
Yeah.
Tall ceilings. Tall ceilings.
How about you, Rob?
Very tall. I don't get anxiety. I just hate people. I mean, it's there's crowds, which does become an issue, and so I just know get the hell away from the crowds. And like Robbie said, just walk to. It's not hard to get to an uncrowded place in this hotel.
Sure.
Stay away from the halls, but there's outlets all over the place, little nooks, couches. It's not hard. You just need to, you know, pick a direction and walk. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Within a minute or two, you will be in an empty area and you'll breathe.
Yeah, that absolutely helps. And just a reminder, I know we haven't brought them up in a while. We'll probably have them on the next webcast, but the Brute Squad, they'll have the armbands and everything. If you need someone to talk you down or to just stay with you while you breathe it out, they're happy to help. You know, these are good guys, Mike and Mo and Justin and all of them. They're great guys that, you know, because you don't want to really go to security and go, I'm having a panic attack. No, it's Brute Squad will be happy to walk outside with you and, you know, be there to help you calm down. The personal tip I can give, and someone gave this to me at Dragon Con. If you know anything about Dragon Con, 1,000 people there. But actually, if you just go to the dollar store and get some bubbles, what you actually do, it helps not only focus your racing mind, but like it's a great meditation because it helps your breathing. So you can actually, you know, focus your breath. And who doesn't love bubbles? Spot, you're focusing on the bubbles, you're breathing, you know, blow bubbles, and it's worked for me every single time, and everybody loves bubbles. So I say keep bubbles in your con kit. So that's my tip anyway.
There's actually a fear of bubbles, so I guess someone with that disease wouldn't like bubbles.
Fear of bubbles, aren't there?
Ebuliophobia is a fear of bubbles and boils.
I thought that was when they were like close together. Like there has to be like a certain type of bubble, right? Like it's not just any bubble. It's like when they're
just give those people
I'm not a
knives.
scientist.
I don't know, me.
Give them knives, yes. Give them knives. There we go.
Give them knives, give them scissors, and they don't need to be scared of the bubbles anymore.
Give them scissors and tell them to run.
So, John, who are you looking forward to meeting most at Spooky?
An early death.
An early death. Awesome.
How much is he signing for autographs?
$12.50.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, I'm actually really excited for Shannon Elizabeth and Molly Ringwald, and there's someone else, but I can't remember them all of a sudden.
Me?
No.
I just want love. Why can't you love me? Yeah, I think we already know who Robbie's most excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that literally, like, I mean, I it's funny because how they announce the guests is how excited you've gotten about certain people. So John Cusack, fucking A, man, John Cusack.
Oh, John Cusack, that was my third person, I'm sorry.
Oh, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, Richard Dreyfuss, holy shit. Not Richard Dreyfuss, right? So, okay. So now, you know, what we do in the shadows guys and Jennifer Carpenter, like seriously, like I have to start definitely squeezing some pennies together to make sure that I can do all of the things when I'm there.
I'm going to have to start whoring myself out in order to afford all the autographs I want at this
literally.
point. My rate is really, really low, so I'm going to have to just, I don't know what the hell I'm going to have to do. Something nasty.
Gotta work.
So, Rob, who are you looking forward to most?
Me?
Looking forward to most, Rob?
You know, I'm actually, even though he was like the first announced, I still think it might be Richard Dreyfuss. You know, I'm a big fan of American Graffiti. That's a big, big movie for me. So, you know, he's up there, and then maybe Jennifer Carpenter. The more, I thought about her, I was like, oh, wow, I like this that she did, and I like this that she did. So that's cool. And then, you know what? I've got a John Bender costume from The Breakfast Club. So, Molly Ringwald, it's one of those things where I'm dying to know what kind of encounter she'll have with fans. I mean, if it's just going to be a cattle call, that's going to kill me. If she will take just 25 seconds to talk, that would be huge, and she would go up to the top of my list. But since she's so new at this, I just don't know what to expect. But Molly Ringwald.
Also, I forgot Fairuza from The Craft.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Why did we not talk about Fairuza Balk?
Oh my God. Totally. I was looking through the list right now. Yes.
I dubbed her my future ex-wife because she's. I think she and I we'd click.
American History X. Come on now.
Fucking
Yes.
A, man. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. My daughter's so excited.
There's going to be so many annoying
and
girls
just to
and
mention,
jokers. It's going to suck.
It's going to turn John straight. Oh my God.
Why? I'm 90% sure that I would love to have sex with Fairuza, but I'd still end up being gay. And I think she'd be cool with it.
And that's okay too.
That might actually be a plus for her if you think about it.
Right?
Yeah. And just to note, Robbie, you better do your Vlad costume, your Vladislav, because that costume is off the friggin' chain, and she makes the best Vladislav ever.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just don't know if I want to do it for the photo op with them in makeup, or how I'm gonna play that.
You got to do it in the
right.
photo.
That's what I'm thinking. And then I don't know. I wanted to do the Beast, but that old lithograph that they have, and then she's actually the Beast. So if I can throw that together, I think that would be fucking amazing. We'll see.
Okay. One last thing that we did want to bring up. It was brought up in the chat room, and they're absolutely right. The Hyatt bathrooms. The Hyatt bathrooms. It's just because they're very poop friendly, and plenty of them not to be worried about issues. So those of you that have like GI issues, or because for some of us the bathroom issues. I mean, you got the Hyatt where if you in the rooms you have the TV and mirror, which is just awesome. I don't know any other hotel around here that does that, but the bathrooms like off the lobby and by the convention center and stuff, they are all very poop friendly. So if those of you that have fear of pooping in public places, you don't have to worry because the Hyatt are pooping facilities. That's important.
Oh yeah, tons of stalls, always clean. They have those really nice paper towels for your hands. They're like actual towels.
Ooh.
Yeah, the paper towels are nice.
Okay, but yeah, I'm looking at the chat room, and let's see. Yeah, the guys are excited about the Lost Boys, Richard Dreyfuss. Cheryl's looking forward to the makeup classes and demos and panels. Kassir, of course. I mean, the Crypt Keeper, who is just like, unfortunately, he's gotten a little by the wayside because everyone's talking about Zach and Molly Ringwald, but John Kassir, man, he's another one who's like a fan favorite and absolutely amazing. So we're looking forward to seeing him as well. And I have to know if that is a fox hood behind Robbie. Is that a fox hood behind Robbie?
It is. It's I think it's a 5-inch cowl. It's going on the Mustang.
Ooh, well, of course, gearheads, bunch of weirdos.
Nice and light.
Okay. Yeah, so there we go. We've got everything wrapped up. There's about the new guest announcements, talking about the events coming up. Make sure you go like Bad Moon FX because, we want to get these guys to 750 likes so they can actually, give their giveaway. And wait, what is? Oh, are we sponsored by Rumshada tonight?
Ew.
No, I'm just drinking it, and I'm proud. And I like to endorse the things I enjoy.
Yeah. And go give Saturday Morning Vault. Let us know in the comments below or on our Facebook page what cartoons you want to see at our panel, because that's where you're going to see us. We'll be hanging out in our PJs and maybe some cereal. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, let us know. And sure you attend that guy's panel. That one right there that's staring at the camera with the beard.
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
There are two people that are guys with beards staring at the camera. You have to be specific, bitch.
And they both have panels.
And we both have panels.
That's true. But I just mentioned the Saturday morning cartoon. So that eliminates him and means you.
I zoned.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that they're not done announcing celebrities, by the way. I don't think they're done yet, because I know that the last time I asked, the flyers aren't printed or anything. And also, I've been hearing the commercial a shit ton on the radio, a bunch, like a daily, like 5 or 6 times at least that I'm listening to it. So
crossing my fingers for teeny others. Why not?
I still want my karaoke. I want my bounce house. Not gonna happen. But if people can ask for Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp, I can ask for my karaoke and the goddamn bounce house and a ball pit and a ball pit. I want a ball pit.
We almost had a bounce house that one time where they had that inflatable haunted thing. Remember?
Yeah, I want that to come back.
Yeah, mayhem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I want that to come back. I want a bounce house and a ball pit and wow.
We have twice the John.
Oh my god!
Fantastic.
I'm going to take over.
That's
I'm
awesome.
so fucking excited.
There's a lag too, so there's like literally like 2. Oh my god, that's awesome.
I don't know how I did it.
Oh god, that's hysterical. God, that's look at him. He's just loving himself. Look at this.
Well, it means I get twice as much attention.
All right, there we go. Everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you, Rob and Robbie and Double John.
Bizarro John.
Yeah, Bizarro John. All right, and Rob, give us our outro, since that's like the tradition now.
Goodbye and go fuck yourself tonight.